Let's talk about the daily Cardle, which is arguably the most popular feature inside the Lucid Poker Trainer. As it says here, the Cardle is daily poker quizzes explained by pros. This allows you to play different situations that have been hand-picked by our team of pros, and then there is an accompanying explanation so you can really understand the why behind the Lucid Poker Solver strategies. Understanding the why really allows you to put these strategies into practice at the table. If you don't understand the why, it's going to be hard for you to actually implement anything that you see in Lucid. So these Cardle quizzes can be a massive help, especially if you tend to struggle to understand why the solver is doing what it's doing. So let's go over everything on our screen at the moment. In the top right, you'll see this calendar, which allows you to scroll through all the different Cardle quizzes. There's one per day going all the way back to May 2024. If you click into one, you can see what the topic of that quiz is here, and then you can click play quiz to get started. In the very top right, you can see how many Cardles you've played lifetime, your percent correct lifetime, and then the streak you're currently on. So right now, I haven't played a Cardle quiz in the past day, so I don't have a streak going. But if I'm logging in every day to play the Cardle, I can see my streak increase here. And then, pathetically, my best streak in the Cardle is only 2. Now let's jump into a Cardle quiz and talk about how they work exactly. I'm going to pick one that I wrote, which is about some tournament hands that I've played in the past that I think I really screwed up. So we'll jump in and you'll see that the Lucid Poker Trainer automatically brings us to the spot that we're going to be quizzed on. So in this case, we have pocket kings. We've raised on the button after the action folded to us, and now the small blind has re-raised. You can read the text here to get the setup for the situation, if there is any. In this case, I note that this hand happened on day 1 of the World Series of Poker main event, and that my opponent was a solid pro. And the question, of course, is what's your play? So what are we going to do with these pocket kings against this re-raise? I, of course, know the answer since I wrote the quiz. I'm going to go ahead and click call. It's a great spot to slow play. Once you click your option, you are going to get an usually quite in-depth explanation about the situation. So in this case, what I actually did was I shoved all in, my opponent quickly folded, and then I looked up the situation after and educated myself on what I should have done, which is call, and then I explain why I should have called in this spot. You can also look at related concepts down here and then click it to open a relevant article. It can be quite useful if you're not familiar with a particular concept that's in this explanation or relevant to the hand. And one more thing you can do is click open in browser, which will open the Lucid Poker Sim browser and take you to this exact node. So here we are on the button facing this 3-bet, and then it shows us how we would play our entire range. So that's really nice if you want to kind of zoom out and study that spot overall, rather than just focusing on this specific hand. Now let's go ahead and click next hand, move on to the next one where we have pocket kings again. This time we raised under the gun, and the small blind just called. We get the flop, Jack 10-8, and the question is, what's your play when the small blind checks to us? In this case, I'm going to bet small. I note that when I played this situation in real life, I bet big, which is definitely not the right move, and then I explain why it wasn't the right move. Then we face a check raise, and I'm actually going to end this video here. If you want to check out more of this specific Cardle quiz and these tournament hands that I screwed up when I actually played them, head over to the October 13th, 2024 quiz and give it a try. Remember to log into Lucid every day to play the Cardle and keep your streak alive. The least you could do is beat my pathetic streak of 2. You should be able to do it.